Hey, what's up, guys? How you guys doing? Hopefully, everybody is doing well. It's been a little while since I've been on a live here, but hey, let's just jump right into it. So, as many of you guys know, our thoughts create our reality, right? Our world. But I want to take it a little bit further, and I want to show you something profoundly deep about all of this stuff. Now, if you don't know, you and I, we are basically a bunch of quantum particles, or we're basically information. And I want you to look at it like this, so it can be easy for you to understand. Because I want to show you big picture. I always talk about big picture of the mind and our thoughts. I'm always fascinated by that. My mind, my thoughts. Why do they feel so real? Why do they make us feel anxious? Why do they make us feel nervous? Why do they make us feel we even have suicidal thoughts? What's going on in all of this, man? What's the processes in all of this? So I'm going to show you the process in all of this. So let's stick with the informational part. So think, because this will help you to make it very easy to understand. So information. Always remember this. Everything is given off information. I am right now, even though I'm talking to you physically, I'm also giving off information on an energetic bound particle wise. So my body is giving off hundreds, thousands. My subconscious is giving off 1 billion bits of information per second. Let's let that sink in. 1 billion bits of information per second. That's how powerful you are. So let's show you how amazing and powerful you truly are, and how you can harness this power so you can create and master your life. Now, within your body, we have DNA. DNA is information. But there's another part of information that a lot of people don't know about. It's called the epigenome. The epigenome, it's what reads your DNA. So let me make it easy. So you remember those compact disc CD players? When you put your CD player in, your disc in, there's a little thing that reads the information on the CD player, and then it plays the music, right? That's the epigenome. Now, what happens when you get a CD player, right? You get scratches on it, and then it starts skipping. That CD player, that information that's reading it is reading a skip. So what causes the skips? That's called aging. That's called entropy. So what happens is when that epigenome can't read it, that's when you get old, wrinkled skin, bad eyesight, aches and pains. Your body can actually reverse aging. Did you know that? Yeah. All they have to do is the epigenome can turn on and off a cell. It can say, all right, we'll skip this one and we regenerate this one so you have better eyesight. It's already been done. They've proven its results in animals and rats. It's on the groundbreaking point. So somewhere down the line, you'll be able to take a pill and actually reverse aging. But the big picture is, I just want to show you how powerful the cells in your bodies are, how they read information, and how do you connect and communicate with information. Hey, how are you doing? It's through your thoughts, through our feelings, and particularly through our subconscious or unconscious mind. Now, when I talked about the DNA, how it reads information, the epigenome, all of that, what do you think controls all of that? Your unconscious mind does that. Remember, it's processing 1 billion bits of information per second. Now, who are you? Okay, Mark, so this stuff is good. So how can this help me to change my life or benefit me in some way? Well, here's how this stuff works now. You have what's called an awareness, consciousness. That's who you are. Mark, what do you think about methods? I have heard it's quantum. What is quantum tech? What is that? Okay, hi Mark. Where is our awareness and consciousness located? That's a great question. So it takes me into this stuff here with information. So you are here, there, and everywhere. It literally means that your awareness is simultaneously in every possible dimension or reality that exists in this universe. You're even in the multiverse. You're even in the parallel universe. Because with all that, it has to be controlled by conscious awareness. So if you, for example, if you close your eyes right now, you can't locate your body. You may just say, well, I'm here and there, but there's actually no location. The reason why there's no location of your body, if you close your eyes, is because your body and who you truly are is everywhere at the same time. Remember, the body is what? A physical manifestation of a three-dimensional world. That's all it is. What comprises the body is the atomic components. And these components are who you are. They are your conscious awareness. So your consciousness is everywhere at the same time. Which brings me to the point. Separation is a myth. It's an illusion. You can't be separate. So let's go. Brings me to the next point. You cannot be separate from your desires. You cannot be separate from what you want to create or manifest. It's literally impossible. If you can understand that, that's when you will shift your world. Think about that. That's how powerful we are. That's how powerful you are. Your awareness is everywhere. Your awareness right now is in a neutron star that's 5 billion light years away. Your awareness right now is in a supernova that's getting ready to explode. Your awareness right now is in a black hole. It's another planet. It's another dimension. That's where you are. Of course, you can't connect with that because you're on a fractal. Fractal means you're in one location right now, and that's because we're tied into a 3D world. But once you get up into your higher self and get to the fifth dimension, all up forward, you can travel to these different places because all things are mind. Mind creates reality, and this is where science hasn't caught up yet. They're just getting ready to catch up to this underground break-in of quantum physics. Quantum physics is the closest things to get to that. Let me show you something deep about this as well. Let's go into the quantum world. Every single thing is a manifestation. What is a manifestation? It's something that's been hidden, that's revealed. A manifestation means something that pops into reality, but it's always been there, but it's in a different form. And let me show you what I mean by that. Let's look at an atom and an electron. You see an atom and you see an electron. That's a manifestation from strings of energetic particles in string theory. What happens? These strings, they vibrate in such patterns that they create an electron, they create a nucleus, they create an atom, they create you. What controls these strings? What vibrates strings? Sound. Sound is the most powerful thing you can use to manifest. Your voice. You notice why Mark always teaches and says, hey man, whenever you're going to create, speak it out aloud. Speak it out aloud in a question form, because sound waves are what creates the information in the universe. Let that sink in. Most of us, we are stuck with talking in our minds and our heads. Mark, what do you think about the med beds? What is the med beds? You tell me a little about the med beds. So once we have this information, and look, science is showing this, man. All right, you want to go deeper? Let's go deeper. What you are seeing right now is all a manifestation in your brain. Each of you live in your own universe. Your brain is encapsulated in a dark skull. It never seen the light of day, yet you're seeing energy and light. It's a manifestation of consciousness. Consciousness will glitch and it will come in. You want to get deeper? Let's go deeper. You never actually have thoughts. You cannot create thoughts. You receive thoughts. Thoughts are consistently traveling. Based on the frequency or vibration, you pick up a thought. Have you ever wondered why I just started thinking negative? Why did that thought come into my head and I wasn't thinking that thought? Because you wasn't thinking that thought, but you were on the vibration of receiving that thought. What is the vibration of receiving that thought? How have you been feeling? Have you been feeling depressed? Have you been feeling down? Have you been feeling low? Okay, that's how you receive the thought. Now, Mark, what about my desires? Aren't those thoughts? Those are desires. Those are implanted in you. Whenever you have something positive in your mind, you say, oh, Mark, I created that. You didn't create that. That was already downloaded into you. That was a part of your desire. Desires are like DNA, like information. They're already coded in the conscious observer, the conscious being, who you are. That's who you are. So, look, if you're getting anything I'm saying right now, this is the main point you have to get. Just like your DNA has already, from the day you were born, your DNA was set up. You can change your DNA, right? You know, you can reprogram DNA, right? Remember I talked in the beginning of this live, I talked about the epigenome, right? That can turn on and turn off information, okay? So let me go to, so someone says quantum beds and quantum healing technology. I saw it on TikTok. Yes, anything has to do with sound waves and healing, they're the most powerful things to help the body. Sound can damage any inflammatory cells. Why do you think your subconscious mind resonates with frequencies, theta, 432 hertz? Frequencies are the waves of the universe. That's how they program you. They can use low frequency, they can use high frequency. Guys, listen, man. Check this out. We are walking every day, and we're being broadcasted every day with Wi-Fi signals, with all these different frequencies. Some of them we can hear, but guess what? 99% of sound waves is hidden from us. 99% of reality is hidden from us, guys. That means there are sounds and things that we are picking up right now that we can never be aware of, but our subconscious can be aware of. Right now. It's called the electromagnetic frequency format wave. Let that sink in. You want to go deeper than that? You want to go deeper? Everything I'm spitting to you right now, it's not philosophy. These are scientific facts. On the groundbreaking research has done this. This is not going to be all over your For You page. It's not going to be on your mainstream media platform. So you need to listen. This is life-changing. Okay, let's go deeper. When you think of a thought, or when a thought comes to you, and you feel depressed, you know what that is? It's not depression. It's not anxiety. It's the consciousness saying to you, you're off course. You were taught it was depression. You were taught it was anxiety. That was a learned condition you were taught. What it actually is consciousness being aware of itself to replicate and tell you, hey, we are on the right path. I'll give you an example. When you're driving your car on the road, so when you're on when you're on the road, and if you're veering off the highway, they got those little bumps in there, and your car go, and you just say, oh snap, I'm off. That's all those feelings are, man. But we have been so conditioned in this matrix to feel anxious, to say negativity, to feel depression, and we accept that, and then we become down. But all it is just information being exchanged by consciousness, man. That's all it is. And once you look at it like that, guess what? You free yourself of what? Depression. You free yourself of what? Anxiety, man. Because it's a fact. It's the perception of what we've been taught. That's all it is. So next time, if you ever feel down, or just say these words. Just like this. Just say, oh, that's my consciousness. That's my higher self reminding me that I'm off track. That's not that's not depression. That's not anxiety. That's not stress. You know what stress is? Stress too? Stress is the same thing. It's your consciousness itself saying you're off track. Each person have a desire. They have a goal. They have something they want to accomplish. And it's programmed in us just like our DNA. When we're off track, you're going to get these feelings. But we give these feelings names. And the names we give these feelings create the downness in our life. Depression. You're depressed. Here, take a pill. You're anxious. You're stressed. And those make us feel more worse. But if you change the perception, I understand that it's not depression. It's not anxiety. It's not stress. It's my body. It's my consciousness. It's telling me I'm off course. You do that, you notice your stress goes way down. Your depression will eventually fade away. I can guarantee you that. Because the great thing about the mind with the body, it can adapt. Now, when you think something, what's happening there? Nothing is happening. Nothing cannot happen unless it happens now. So when you're thinking something, it's your mind fooling you to make you think you're somewhere, but you're not. You're here. And that creates what? The consciousness glitching. I was told dementia is one of the causes of stress. All those things they're telling you. I was told this, I was told that. You control what your body feels and what you create. Let me back up again. DNA, information, the epigenome, you have it. It's the coder. It reads your DNA. It can reverse your aging. It can accelerate your aging. It can create the stress. All of this. All of that. Okay, so all right. Let's talk about stress and anxiety. Let me show what those really are, okay? So you can understand how this stuff works. Because no one's perfect. I'm sitting here talking to you today. You may see me on my YouTube channel and say, oh man, look at this guy, man. He's so positive. He's always optimistic. No, I'm not. I suffer just like you. I have bouts where I go up and down. I get depressed. I get anxious. I get all the feelings. I get worried too. All of that. Natural human tendencies. But see, I know what they are. And I can cope with them because I understand what they are, the physiology of these things. And what they literally are, guys, is right here. Frontal lobe. Right in our brain right here. It's called a frontal lobe. It's the monkey mind that hasn't caught up to the higher mind. It's the fight or flight. It's our bodies preserving itself from being dying or hurt. And it's through our lymphic system. And what happens is our nerves create these emotions to protect us. And that's why we get these feelings. But here's what happens when we do that. We program ourselves to feel these way and we turn them on. I'll give you a perfect example. If you ever been in a stressful situation and you leave it, and if you're going back into that environment, your body remembers the stress and you start to get stressed again, even though there's nothing to stress. Like say you was in a house, you had a bad experience, you left the house 5 years, and you're good. 5 years you go back to the house, your body remembers and the stress comes right back. You know that. Am I lying? Right? That's because the body remembers according to the subconscious. Remember, the subconscious is illogical. It's always looking to post memories. But you, my friend, have the power to change that by changing what you're thinking and changing the perception of what you're thinking. How to what? How to rebalance the frontal lobe? It has been overworked and shut down from stress. Yes, okay, that's a good question. So here's the most powerful thing you can do right now. Listen up for this one. If you want to release stress, inflammation, for the record, you know what inflammation is, right? Inflammation is your immune system suppressing or fighting off infection or something that's inflamed in the body. And all these red blood cells, they become so much that they create inflammation. It's an effect of the body trying to protect itself. Music can depress you or make you feel good. Exactly correct. Frequencies. But look, let me give you something big right here. If you want to release stress, inflammation, raise your mood, if you do this, and I think I mentioned in the video, every day, I know some of you can't do it right now, but you can find ways to do this. It's called grounding. If you spend 15 minutes a day outside in your bare feet, touching the earth, not concrete, grass, sand, for 15 minutes a day, inflammation will leave your body. This is science, man. Let me show you how it works. Okay, the earth has a core, an iron or nickel core, and it spins in a molten state. The spin of the core creates a magnetism. So the earth has what's called an electromagnetic field. It's charged. Within this field of charge has ions. Look at ions as like particles. We all have ions. You have negative, positive ions. You are an electrochemical human being. You're an electrical being. You're constantly streaming information inside of you, whether you know it or not. We're constantly doing that. You can't feel it, you can't be aware of it, because all of this is on the unconscious or subconscious in the cellular level. All you feel it as is stress, weak, tired, moody. That's because you have stored up too much negative ions. When you put your foot on the ground, you're able to release those ions back into the earth. When you release those ions, you increase blood flow, your circulation increases, then the earth sends back into you more positive, what we call positive ions, which rejuvenates the cells in your body, which reduces the inflammation. So that's why when you see those hippies outside on the floor, you say, oh, look at those guys. They're just walking around barefoot. They were ahead of you. They knew something that most of you didn't know. You see those people hugging the trees? You say, oh, look at those guys. They're hugging trees barefoot. They're so weird. No, they're not. Those people are advanced in conscious awareness. So next time you see that, I bet you're going to take your shoes off and go right with them. This is, I mean, research it for yourself. People who walk barefoot every day. Let's look in Africa. Look in those countries where people are barefoot. They hardly get sick. They maintain a healthy weight because they're constantly grounded. It's because we live in a Western society and we're in a matrix. Our soles, the soles in our shoes, they provide insulation. They block the exchange of information, man. That's why people have migraine headaches. They suffer from so much stuff. But guys, this is all known information in the matrix, man. I'm not going to tell you this stuff. Got to feed you the pills, man. Got to feed you the pills, people. Have you seen Gaia YouTube channel? What do you think about it? Gaia is a great source of information. Yeah, Gaia is good. I knew I wasn't crazy. My brothers would have cramps and my mom would walk outside barefoot. Yep. That's because every single thing is connected. Nothing is separate. You are part of the earth. The earth is part of you. You're connected to the wind. Man, guys, your lungs is connected to the atmosphere. Your ears, the pressure in your ears is connected to the atmosphere. If you leave this planet and go to another planet, if you go to Mars, another planet, if you don't have the right air pressure, your eardrums would bust. You can't survive. You are basically part of this planet. The earth is you. You're the earth. You're just expressing yourself in a different format. Every single thing is interconnected. Don't get it twisted. Even your desires, even the car, the money you want, you are connected to it. They do a good job of tricking you and telling you you're not connected. We know this through the laws of quantum physics. Nothing cannot be separate. Separation it's an illusion. You know what an illusion? Illusion doesn't mean it's not there. Illusion means what you think is there is not what you think it is. It's a different form. That's an illusion. That's what an illusion is. Same thing with your thoughts. Did you know your thoughts are also an illusion? What else is illusion? Reality is illusion. Actually, you and I, there's no human being that will ever know what true reality is. We cannot know that. It's impossible for us to know that because our brains perceive things differently. But what we do know, we can have an idea that reality is something that is either light energy, photons of energy. It's not physical world. The physical world is a construct of our brain and our collective consciousness. You're one with the same and you're the same. So if you can ground yourself, you go touch a tree, that's grounding. Even if you're cold, take your shoes off, touch a tree. In the cold weather, there's different formats you can do to ground. You can research that. But if you're in a temperature where you can go outside, I encourage you to do it 15 minutes a day for one. All right, let me try something. Researchers have done this. They did 15 minutes after grounding, 24 hours after 15 minutes standing out barefoot in the earth. They had microscopic levels of red blood cells before the grounding and after the grounding. You can see the clear symmetry, the full plump, the perfect circular motion of those red blood cells after we grounded for 15 minutes. And the ones that didn't, they're all square, and you can see the dark inflammation in them. Go look it up for yourself. If you want to feel better, relieve stress, 15 minutes a day, outside barefoot. Everything. You don't even have to focus on your chakras. Everything is cleansed there. Guys, I gotta stress this, man. You are not physical beings, people. You are electric. Listen, you gotta look at yourself as an electric informational person. So don't look at yourself as a physical, even though your brain tells you that. You are more emptiness than matter. The composition of your body is transparent. 99% of you we're empty, man. We're just information of different energies based on this electromagnetic frequency wave. And we coerce, and we're in coherence with the frequency of this universe, of everything. That's what we are. That's what your body is. Sound waves heal. Meditation heals. Focusing heals. Talking to your cells heals. Sound manifests. All these things manifest. So every day you go out, you are soaking up toxic information in the form of energy waves, man. You're soaking up media. You're soaking up the news. You're soaking up things that you can't even pick up. And it goes into your cells, and remember we talk about the epigenome? It goes into the DNA. The DNA holds memories. This is why you see some people, they have generational problems. Did you know that thoughts can be in the genome, in the DNA? That's why you say some people, their families, like, they think poor, and my father was poor. He always thought poor. She starts thinking poor because it's transformed in the energy. Remember, nothing is separate. Separation is an illusion. Stargaze, moon gaze is good. Go out in the sun, get the sun on your body. All those things, 10 minutes. Those will rejuvenate and release those negative toxic ions, and then the earth will send back up into you. The earth's like a recycle. It takes the negative, it shoots right back up at you because you're connected. It's just because we live in this Western society where we have shoes, we have concrete. Even in your own house, you don't even walk barefoot. You can't walk barefoot in your house. Everywhere, even at the beach, you walk on with your shoes. But if people understood the power of grounding, it would change your life. So if you're someone who's suffering from inflammation, that's all you have to do. If you do it for 1 week, you will notice a huge difference. And I'll tell you the difference you'll feel. You'll feel more energetic. Your sleep pattern will get better. Your mood will get better. All within 1 week of doing 15 minutes barefoot. Mark, I manifested $160 million, but I didn't believe it. Win it, so I missed out on it. Yeah, so that's what happens. You see, the thing about the mind, man, it gives you doubt. And I heard this story so many times with the lottery. They have the numbers. One guy messaged me the other day. He's like, Mark, he showed me the numbers, as a matter of fact. Look, Mark, $72 million I missed out on. He had all the numbers, but he didn't play it that day. I got good news for you. It'll come back again. So don't worry. One door closes, millions more open. They would call me country because I enjoy walking outside barefoot. They won't call you country anymore. And when they understand the science of this. Yeah, remember that, right? Remember you see those hippies? We used to see all of them walking barefoot, running in the grass and hugging the trees. We never knew. Like, what are these people doing? Now, many, many years later, maybe your parents did it. But the body, see what happens, guy, people, is your body will intuitively know what's right, man. You'll just go out and do it. You just say, hey, I want to walk barefoot. I mean, why do you think you have bare feet? Your feet are made to walk on the ground. They need to touch the earth sometime. You cannot be wearing shoes every single day. You have to go barefoot. At one time, look, I was born in Jamaica, right? I grew up in Jamaica. As a kid, I always ran barefoot, man. And now I look back, I was like, damn. I didn't notice back then, but maybe that's why I was so energetic and I was all this. Because we always go outside and play barefoot. We wear shoes when we go out, but in the yard, I was barefoot, man. Only when I came into the States, I adopted this Western idea, and my subconscious got used to wearing shoes all the time. But when I figured out and I started studying the mind, the genome, the DNA, consciousness, mind-body interaction, I started figuring out, man, I'm an electric being, man. I'm not this physical thing I am perceived. I understand what I am. The, the body is separate from me, but they work together. So what I do is I observe the body. Sometimes when I go to bed at night, you'll get good sleep. The next night you can't sleep. You know what I used to do? I used to try to force myself to sleep. I don't do that anymore. Because what I do now, I know the body. I say, all right, the body will sleep when it's ready to sleep. And I just let the body do what it is. I occupy my mind, I think something positive, and guess what? My body goes right back to sleep. I don't force my body to do anything. The body knows what to do. You're always going to go through changes. And those are things you learn because you've been through so much. Because that's what we're taught. Oh my God, I can't sleep. Let me force myself to sleep. No, man. The body will sleep when it's ready to sleep. The body will eat when it's ready to eat. The body will heal when it's ready to heal. You are the observer of all of this. The body. You are not the body. You are not you. You are the observer of it. Think about that. You cannot be that. If you're observing it, you cannot be what you're observing. It's impossible. You're outside looking in, man. That's the power you have. Yes, playing in the mud. You know what I'm saying? I manifested the car I'm driving in now. It happened so quickly. It was awesome. Yep. The reason why it happened so quickly and it was so awesome to you because you realized the law that nothing is separate. So look, if you want to manifest, guys, and bring things faster, or what we call faster, I could give you one simple rule, and this will help you tremendously. You are never separate from what you desire. That's it. Start thinking like that. And you'll start manifesting more. It's like, damn, I'm not separate from it. So that big thing I want is not, no, it's not big. It's just like, it's you. You're bigger than it. Remember, you are the observer. You're the consciousness. You have existed to time indefinite. You are omnipotent. You are God within God. You are God experiencing itself from a different point. You are part of God. You are the universe. The same particles and atoms created when everything began. Same components are part of you in the universe. Your energy, you're just manifested in a 3D form. Just like we go into physics and how the nature of reality, and now we know where quantum, now we know where the atoms and the quarks and gluons come from. They come from small particles of strings, and the way these strings vibrate, they manifest as the particle of an atom. That's how you are. You're from the string, the energy, and the way you're vibrating, you manifest as Mark or Jack or Jill. But that's not who you are. That's what you are. That's what you do. It's not who you are, though. Can I manifest getting into nursing school? You can manifest getting anything you want. Never ask yourself, can I manifest? That's a block. Hey, Mark, can I manifest a car? Of course. That's a limiting belief, man. You cannot not manifest, people. Manifesting is a part of reality. You're constantly manifesting every day. If not, you can't be here. So never say to yourself, hey, man, can I manifest this? You're setting up blocks for yourself, creating resistance. You don't. That's right. You don't. Someone says you don't need permission. Again, this was a tactic that was programmed into us by Western society, by the Matrix. Authority figures, permission, this. They gave you, listen, man, you have to rewrite your own history books because everything you were taught is screwed up. It's all screwed up. So, remember, you're an electrodynamic being. Once you understand what what is good with electricity for the human? Water, H2O. What else is good? Mindfulness, focus. What else is good? Changing the perception. Understanding. What else? Understanding you are not this. You're the observer of this. Do I watch what I eat? Yeah, but I just eat when I feel like eating. Before I used to be the person like, oh man, it's this time to eat, man. I gotta do it. And my body, there's times I remember I was like, I'll try to eat and I don't have any appetite. And I just said, man, why am I forcing myself to eat at a certain time? Let me just go with what feels right to me, man. Of course, I eat at a certain time because I don't eat late because intermittent fasting, but I just started just follow what the body says. The body says, Mark, I'm hungry. Let's go eat. Mark, I'm not hungry. All right, we won't eat. There's days when I may just eat one thing for the whole day and I don't get hungry. And tomorrow I just may get hungry and I eat. See, it's my body. I'm not forcing my body. My body's already a self-programmed, man. I'm just going along with it. I'm just the observer of this body. I'm watching, I'm observing. That's all I'm doing. I'm just here for the ride. I'm consciousness. I'm the awareness. I'm infinite. I'm going to always be here. You too are going to always be here. But when we try to force and control things, that's where we get in trouble. Don't force and control. Your body will adapt. It's going to be all right. It's the mind. The mind will bring these thoughts, and they're just thoughts. They don't have any effect on you because they're not happening now. Remember that. Guys, with that, I got to go, but I'll catch you guys again for another live.